Okay. Are we live? Are we live? I think we are. Can you guys hear me and see me and hear me and see me? Hi. My hair looks like a wig. It looks like a wig. It looks like a wig. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's giving wig. It's giving, girl, you just pop hot. You just pop hot that on. Tiffany says it does, but it's cute. Thank you, Tiffany. I'm like, how can we get the silk press to not look like a wig? Like the shine is there. You know, it looks good, but it's like, it's giving wig. Take this gum in my mouth. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I want to be smacking in your ear. Okay, I don't know why I can't put comments in here. That is so weird. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't know what is going on with this because I might want to pin. Oh, maybe because I pinned a comment. I don't know. Because I might want to put something in the chat, but it's not letting me. Let me put a smiley face and see what happens. Hold on 1 second, guys. We're going to get started in a few. Okay. Is this it? Let me put like testing. Okay, there we go. Boom. We can chat. Hey guys, what's going on? Hope everyone's having a great day today. Okay, the volume is here. You guys can see me. Okay, perfect. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Friday Eve? What is going on? Before we get started, where are you guys at? What city, what state, what country? Tell me all the things. Where are you at? We got ATL. We got Tennessee, Orlando. Your skin is skinning. Thank you, girl. Thank you. It's so funny because my skin regimen has never, it doesn't change. Bior charcoal bar soap, Dermalogica rice exfoliator, and then this Korean serum I use, like it's like a honey, I can't think of the name, but those 3 things I use religiously, and it just gives the skin what it needs to give. Orlando, Jamaica, Virginia, Los Angeles, Houston, California, NYC, Oklahoma, Louisiana, London, Arizona, Houston, Texas, Glenwood, France, 1 a.m. here. Thank you for being here, Gigi. Canada, Virginia, we got the Boogie Down Bronx, or whatever, Illinois, Sweden, New York, Michigan, Atlanta, California, Baltimore, South Africa. I love it. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys have some snacks. Hope you guys have some I have green tea. There's no sugar in here. It was iced green tea, but the ice is gone. So it's just green tea. I ain't got no snacks with me, but you know, it's fine. But if this is your first time joining me live, like ever in life, put a 1 in the chat. If this is your very first time joining me live, put a 1. Just a little 1 in the chat. Everyone's been here before? Okay, wait, we got 1. Okay, we got 3 1s. Welcome, Gigi. Welcome, Yolanda. Welcome, Andrea. Welcome, Natalie's for the LOL. Well, welcome, Tim. Yeah, Tim, you've been here. Tim, you are you've been here. You are in the CCC, the Curly Chemistry community, Tim. Welcome. Okay, guys, well, I'm so glad you guys are here. As I always say with all of my my lives, there really is no agenda here. This is for you. This is a great way for me to engage and communicate with you guys and talk to you all about like any hair or scalp issues you may have been experiencing. I go live once a week on YouTube and also on Instagram. I flip-flop. So this week is YouTube. Next week will be Instagram. Same time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we talk about all things hair care. So that's what we do. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. I'm not really teaching tonight. I know we don't teach anyway, but at least not on this format. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I did see a few earlier. See if I can find those. Tim says, I wanted to buy that hands-free massager. Will that be strong enough to stimulate blood flow, or is it best to use your hands? Either option works, Tim. Honestly, I do like the hands-free massager because you have like different settings. Like the one I have in my Amazon store, like it's like a white and gray one. That one has like 3 different settings to it. So you do get you do get more power with the electric scalp massager. Just saying. But if you don't want to do that, your fingers are completely fine. I always tell people, you know that you're getting that blood flow flowing on your scalp. When you do scalp massages is when you start to feel the heat. When it starts to get warm, when you're doing your scalp massages, you're doing it good, okay? So definitely you can do either option works. I typically recommend scalp massaging at least maybe 3 or 4 times a week, depending on your hair growth goals. You know, I think the more the better, you can't go wrong. And it's also very stress relieving as well. So definitely recommend that for sure. All right. Oh, let's go. You guys are getting it in now. I have unintentionally been using products without silicones. I recently used a Korean conditioner and it feels amazing, likely due to the silicones in there. Is there any issues with silicones? Great question, Tiffany. I literally last night just used L'Ador's, which is also a Korean brand. I might need to do a video on like Korean products that work for our hair type, because you'd be surprised. But there is a conditioner I used last night by a brand called L'Ador, a Korean brand, and they have a conditioner called Wonder Balm. It's a blue conditioner and it is so freaking good, like so good. But to answer your question, Tiffany, there's nothing wrong with silicones. The only issue where silicones come into play, where it becomes an issue, is if you are not cleansing your hair properly. You know, silicones do leave a film on the hair, you know, but that's when you're getting that slip and that softness and that shine that silicones are known for. So I love them. They're amazing. However, if you are using silicones, which I do, you know, throughout the week, you know, make sure that you have a good wash day frequency. My wash day frequency is once a week. You know, I wouldn't go a whole month without washing your hair and use silicones. Oops. Let me go back. Sorry. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys, if I pause or not, but yeah, I wouldn't go, hold on. Let me put my phone on vibrate. I wouldn't go longer than a month without washing my hair and use silicones. But if you're using silicones, washing your hair frequently, you're good to go. So nothing wrong with that. Great question. I love your tea. Thank you, sis. We're almost sold out. Like the tea is about to sell out and I have to like order more. So yeah. So, but thank you guys. I actually just shipped out quite a few today. So if you guys brought tea from me this past week or even up until last night, you should have gotten a tracking number in your email. If you didn't get one, just let me know and I'll be sure to send it to you after this video or after this live. But I'm so glad you like it. Whenever you get a chance, Ronnie, natural girl, send me an email at ilearn@curlychemistry.com because I want to hear your feedback on it. So please send me an email, ilearn@curlychemistry.com. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Sonia says, hi, Tanya. Hey, girl. This is probably a basic question, but can the LOC versus LCO method? Oh, can you explain the LOC versus LCO method? Yes, absolutely. So LOC is liquid oil cream. LCO is liquid cream oil. So basically it's just how you're layering each type of product. So I love the fact about number one, the L is the first layer or technique you would say, and that's when you're taking like either water or aloe vera juice, or it can be a liquid leave-in conditioner, directly spraying it on your hair. That's going to be that first layer of hydration. And then you have the C, which is going to be a cream, for example, right? And this is LCO, the cream. This can be any water-based moisturizer. And then you have your O, which can be like a sweet almond oil or avocado oil. So LCO. The great thing about LCO, in my opinion, is that you're putting double layer hydration on top of each other and sealing all that good juiciness with that oil. Now, then you have LOC, which I always feel kind of like about. I get it, but then again, I don't get it, because with LOC, you have liquid right? And then you have your oil, and then you have your cream. So putting that cream on top of that oil to me doesn't make a lot of sense, because oils, especially like hair grease, for example, are occlusive raw materials. So when I say occlusive, meaning whatever is under them, they're going to lock in, which is what you want for a hydrating product, right? But when you put cream on top of oil, it's kind of like, what are we really doing? You know, so it works for some people, you know, I will say that, but I'm more of an advocate of LCO. Let that oil, let that hydrophobic layer be your final layer, in my opinion. But once again, it works. Everything works differently for everyone. So my humble opinion, as you guys know, Curly Chemistry 101, do what works best for you, because that's really what it comes down to, you know? So that's what I recommend. Hopefully that helps. How do you moisturize your hair when you are wearing crochet hairstyles? That's a great question. So the real question is, do you have access to your hair? You know, like if your hair is visible, meaning like you have a style where your hair, like if you spray something on it, will that water or whatever be in contact with your hair? That's the first thing. Because if that's the case, then you can absolutely use like a hydrating spritz, a liquid leave-in conditioner to hydrate your hair. But if your hair is covered and you have no access to your hair, then that's a different story. You know, styles like that, I tend to recommend like do a good deep condition before, but don't leave that style in too long. You don't want to do that. If you don't have access to your hair for at least a good, I don't know. I'm so strict about this stuff, like 3 weeks max, maybe 4, you know, it gets kind of tricky. So that's just my opinion. But if you have access to your hair, you can easily use like a liquid leave-in conditioner and that'll work just fine. Great question. What's the best brand of ashwagandha? Girl, I don't even know. I can't tell you. I don't really work with ashwagandha. What I would do if I were you, if you're trying to get like the herbs itself, I would go on either Amazon or even mountainroseherbs.com. Mountain Rose Herbs is a really good brand. They should have ashwagandha, but Mountain Rose Herbs sells like a ton of herbs. There's another website called, I think it's apothecary.com. I think, but my favorite is Mountain Rose Herbs. I would highly recommend checking out that website for ashwagandha. How often should I do an ACV rinse? I would say at least maybe once a month. I look at ACV as like clarifying your hair, you know, so when your hair feels like it feels kind of gunky and your scalp has a product buildup, you know, ACV rinse is a great way to clarify your hair very gently and very naturally. So you can do that once a month. What's your relationship between lint and grease or glycerin? What's lint? What do you mean lint and grease or glycerin? I don't understand that. But as far as like the grease and the glycerin, I love hair grease and glycerin. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Is there a temperature you recommend or are comfortable with on the flat iron? Yes, great question. Last night when I flat ironed my hair, I did 355. I typically don't go over, I try not to go over 360, like 350, 360 is like my range. I think when you start getting into like the 390s and the 400s, you're asking for heat damage, in my opinion. So just be careful. Also, I try to do only 2 passes. I try not to go zoom, zoom, zoom. That's too much. I try to do at least 2 passes max and stick with that. You know what I'm saying? But I will say for a good silk press, the key is going to have like just making sure the hair itself is as light as possible. Like when I did my hair last night, I didn't use any creams as a leave-in conditioner. I used liquid leave-in conditioner because I wanted to be as light and airy as possible. You know, I use my favorite 2 products right now for a while, actually, the Apogee Green Tea Keratin Spray, and of course the Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner. Both of those are liquid hydrators. They're amazing. And I think that's all I use. And of course I use a heat protectant. Oh, do I have it with me? I don't have it with me. I thought I brought it down, but I don't. It's like a silicone serum, very, very lightweight. But that's what I do when I silk press. So 350, 360 max, and lightweight products to have like a nice, light, flowy, you know, silk press. And honestly, this is okay. Like my stylist, who typically does my silk press once a year, hers be like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. This is just my best. I did my best. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What's a good regimen for traction alopecia with low porosity hair? A good regimen for traction alopecia with low porosity hair. So I would say regimen wise, the same would be the same would be the same. The regimen would be the same. I have a few videos on low porosity hair, like things I recommend, products I recommend. So I would highly recommend doing that. But I will say this, because you're mentioning traction alopecia, the first thing I would say is your styles. Make sure that your styles are very I don't want to say just very lightweight styles, nothing too harsh on the scalp, nothing pulling at the scalp. You want to be as very like just very, very gentle on your hair for sure. Headband wigs would be a great option. They're great at protecting the hair and the scalp. You still have access to your hair and your scalp. You can take it off at the end of the day. I'm a huge fan of headband wigs. I think that has been one of the things that have helped to grow my hair. Just leaving it alone, and not having any tight styles on it. I would even get a derma roller. We talked about this in our last live. I think that was on Instagram, but getting a derma roller and pairing the derma roller with like a hair growth serum, that would be ideal, especially the area where you have experienced traction alopecia. And derma rolling is pretty much like little teeny tiny needles that kind of, I guess you can say they do penetrate the skin just a little bit, but it's enough so that it actually revitalizes the scalp and helps to support hair growth and get blood flow going in that area where there is traction alopecia. I do have a few that I recommend on my Amazon store. The link is below, but I would definitely recommend doing that with the hair growth oil because you did your own hair? Yes, Pamela, I did. But yes, I recommend using a serum with a derma roller because whatever you use with a derma roller, like serum or oil wise, is going to penetrate a lot deeper. So I highly recommend doing that. Great question. Okay, let's see. Oh, and if we can get this video to 100 likes, that'd be amazing. If this has been helpful so far, please be sure to like this video. Okay, let's see. How to get thin hair to grow thick? How to get thin hair to grow thick? Well, number one, I will say this. It'll be based off a few factors. Number one, it could be genetics. Some people just naturally have finer hair. It's a thing, and it's a thing. The second thing could be you could be deficient in something. You could be deficient in iron. A lot of times women who are deficient in iron tend to have thinner hair. It could also be hormonal as well. It could be stress related too, because all of those little factors, they tend to disrupt the hair growth cycle, putting the hair in the telogen phase or the shedding phase a lot quicker, leading to shedding of the hair, aka ultimately thinning of the hair. So it could be a number of things. It could be, like I said, genetics. It could be internal, but some things you can do externally. I would definitely do scalp massages. Castor oil has been known for years to help to thicken the hair. You can definitely do that. If you want to boost that castor oil, I would definitely add a few drops of peppermint and rosemary to a little castor oil mix, and use that on your scalp. A little goes a long way. Don't use too much. Yeah, and then also get on a good hair vitamin. Like I'd be surprised. Like sometimes I talk to my clients, because you guys know I do one-on-one hair care coaching calls, and a lot of them don't take hair vitamins or even just supplements, like just daily vitamin supplements. And you need that. You need that for your body to thrive and ultimately your hair to thrive as well. Because if your body is missing the proper nutrients, you're not going to get the growth, the health, the thickness that you're looking for. So that's what I recommend. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but hopefully that was helpful. Great question. Okay, let's see. I'm still up here. I'm going to get down there soon. Okay, let's see. I answered that. What's the science behind dry shampoos, and is it good for natural hair? Great question. So the science behind dry shampoos, a lot of time they're using starches. It could be like a rice starch. Rice is pretty popular, like a rice powdery starch. And all it does is that it's absorbing the oil. It absorbs sweat. Like that's technically a dry shampoo. It's absorbing oil off the scalp and the hair. Now, to answer your question, is it good for natural hair? I think it's okay. I think if you have like overly oily hair, like especially in between your wash days, it's a good option. I think the brand Amika, Amika. You can find it at Sephora. I think Ulta has them too, but definitely Sephora. They have a good dry shampoo that you can definitely check out. So that's something to look into, but it's not going to be a replacement for your shampoo. Like, you always want your core shampoo to be a liquid hydrating shampoo. But dry shampoos are convenient, but in between your wash days for sure. Let's see, I answered that question. Is black seed oil good for hair growth? I think black seed oil is. I haven't seen a lot of research though showing that it supports hair growth, but it has a ton of vitamins and nutrients and antioxidants within it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does support hair growth. All right, I answered that question. What's the best course of action to take when dermatitis is on the scalp in the face? Anti-inflammatories for sure, hands down, because there's inflammation in the scalp, and you're saying the face as well. So if you really want to do like the best course of action, I want to say the diet. I don't want to assume. I can never assume, but a lot of times, your diet plays a huge role when it comes to dermatitis. If you cut back on sugars and processed food and fast foods for at least, give it like 4 weeks, you're probably going to see like it clearing up like that, and if you really want to take advantage of it, I would even start looking at, I would go to Pinterest. I love Pinterest. And I would type in like anti-inflammatory drinks or, smoothies. Like ginger is amazing. If you make like a ginger, honey, turmeric, liquid tea, like drink that daily, that's going to help tremendously to reduce that inflammation within your body. Like I said, decrease your sugar for the next 4 weeks, and even take it up another notch. I would look for aloe vera juice pre-pooing for your scalp, like really just massage your scalp with some aloe vera juice. That's going to be amazing. And then the same thing for your face as well. You can absolutely use aloe vera juice on your face to reduce that inflammation, so that's what I highly recommend. Yeah. And if you do those things, please let me know how it works out for you. Great question. How often should you wash your hair? Great question. So my rule of thumb is if you can't do it once a week, try to do it once every other week. That's just my little rule of thumb there. But I wouldn't go like washing your hair like once a month or once every other month. I typically don't recommend it. But if you can do once a week or once every other week, that'd be great. Let's see. I feel tension when scalp massaging. If you like tension in your scalp when you do scalp massaging, if that's the case, I don't know. I'm not sure. What you could do, look, I don't know if you're doing it too hard or, I would maybe loosen the pressure a bit, yeah, I would do that. And just notice how your scalp responds moving forward. Just kind of reduce the tension. Hopefully that helps. Please advise, what's the best oil to use for dry, damaged hair after the big chop? What can I use for bald spots from relaxed or damage? Okie dokie. The best oils to use for dry, damaged hair. Okay. So I wouldn't even be looking at oils right now, honestly, because you have dry, damaged hair. I would be focusing on moisture and protein. I would have a regimen where I'm washing my hair once a week or once every other week. I'm doing a lightweight protein treatment at least once a month after G2 Minute, Olaplex, or K18. Because your hair is dry, I would be deep conditioning at least once a month. I would be moisturizing my hair in between your wash days, maybe once every 2 days, every 3 days, because your hair is a plant. Okay, it's a plant. So it needs hydration. And then I'll focus on the oils to lock in that moisture. Sweet almond oil, avocado oil, grapeseed, for example. Now, as far as the bald spots from relaxer damage, that's where it gets tricky because I don't know the level of damage, it could be scarring alopecia. It could be like to the point where the follicles are like shot. I don't know. But what I do recommend doing, if you haven't already, I would try to see a trichologist, have her or him look at the damaged bald spots from the relaxer just to see what's going on. I don't want to recommend, oh girl, put some rosemary on there, because that might not help, you know. But because it's a chemical damage, it's a chemical burn to the point where it's bald, that I think that requires professional help in a sense, you know. So hopefully that helps, but definitely look for a trichologist in your area. Okay. Do I still have to use a leave-in conditioner after deep conditioner on wash day? I mean, you don't have to, but I recommend it because I look at leave-ins as the layer for your style. You know, if you do twist outs, if you do buns, if you do braid outs, that leave-in conditioner kind of preps the hair for that style, because you rinse out your deep conditioner. So technically you're rinsing off that conditioner, but putting an extra layer of hydration to help with the softness of how your twist outs come out, your braid outs come out, you know, your hair comes out. That's going to be really essential. So I typically recommend always putting a leave-in conditioner after you wash your hair. Great question. All right. Let's see. I'm struggling to keep fine high porosity hair moisturized, experiencing breakage. Fine high porosity hair moisturize. Fine high porosity hair. Ooh, okay. Oh gosh, that's so tricky because you have the fine hair. Yeah, your hair is fine, so you can't use like heavy products that most high porosity, thick, high porosity people hair can use, right? But then you have high porosity hair, so you kind of need that extra oomph, right? So in your case, sis, I recommend a gel cream product, Aussie Moist Miracle Curls Leave-In Conditioner. It's a gel cream, but it's very hydrating. And because you have fine hair, it shouldn't weigh your hair down, and that hydration should still be able to be locked into your hair. Now, I still recommend sealing that moisture in, you know, so I would do the Aussie Moist Miracle Curl Leave-In Conditioner plus sweet almond oil. I'm not going to recommend avocado because you have fine hair. It might be too heavy for you, but sweet almond or even grapeseed oil, I would try that. I would also increase your deep conditioning as well. If you can invest in a steamer, that would be even amazinger. That's not a word, but I just made it up. But I think that'll be helpful for you. Okay, is there a good serum moisturizer? A serum moisturizer, like for your scalp or for your hair, like a liquidy moisturizer? Because when you say serum, I'm thinking like a serum, like a very lightweight texture, gooky serum, right? So that kind of goes into the line of like a gel cream a little bit. So that Aussie Moist I was talking about, or even a basic liquid leave-in conditioner, that can work too, you know. But yeah. Or if you are looking for a scalp serum like moisturizer, I would say Pacifica Scalp Love scalp serum. I think that'd be really good. Oh, let's see. Hey, sister. Hey, girl. I'm going on a trip in South Carolina and doing a braid out. Any recommendations for anti-humidity spray? Yes. There is one by Hair Care. I forgot the name, but it's like, I think it's called Hair Care Anti-Humidity Block. If you just type in Care Sheen Anti-Humidity Block, it's like in a brown beige bottle, like a spray bottle. That one I highly recommend. Or you can use the heat protectant that I recommend often, the Lador Wonder Oil. It's a silicone, so it's going to help to block out that humidity. So I think that'd be really good too. Great question. All right, before I continue, I'm going to pause because I have to read the room. If this has been helpful for you, put a 1 in the chat. If this is good, you're welcome, Lisa. If you are enjoying this, please put a 1 in the chat. Just want to kind of get an idea because I always feel like I'm just talking all the time. Okay, great. We will continue. And once again, if this is helpful for you, please be sure to like this live. Like this live. We are at 96. If we can get to 120, that'd be great. Okay, let's go back up because I'm trying my best to answer in order of how they came in. Okay, let's see. Is henna safe as a gray hair dye? As a gray hair dye? I mean, it's not going to give you gray hair. When I hear gray hair dye, I'm thinking like you're trying to dye your hair gray. But henna gonna turn your hair burgundy, girl. But if you want that, you know, like that reddish tint, you know, go for it for sure. Follow up with a good deep conditioner afterwards, though. Okay, is it okay to wash and condition your hair while it's in braids? Hey, Marina, that's a great question. A lot of girls do it. A lot of girls do it. I've never done it. Not saying I would never do it, but I've never done it. Yeah, but okay. How would I do this? If I had braids, right? And I had to wash my hair. And that's why I don't recommend braids longer than 4 or 5 weeks. I know. Really, Tanya? That's so bad. That's so strict, but it's so true because I'm like, no, we need to wash our hair. But if I had to keep my braids in for longer than 4 or 5 weeks and I had to like actually wash and condition my braids, this is what I would do. I would I wouldn't use like a typical creamy conditioner. I'm sorry, creamy shampoo. I would use a liquid shampoo. I would use Carol's daughter, Wash Day Delight, because that one's bomb and hydrating, and it's liquid. Is this one liquid too? Oh, it is. I'm gonna show you guys this one in a second. But Carol's daughter Wash Day Delight shampoo, I would use that. And the great thing is about that shampoo is that it has a nozzle, so you can like directly, the shampoo. So that's what I would do. I would use a liquid shampoo, rinse that out. But here's the thing. This is what I would do. I wouldn't use a creamy conditioner. I would hop my tail out the shower and put on a liquid leave-in conditioner. That's what I would do. Like I would take my good old Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner because there are conditioning agents in that formula that's going to behave like a traditional conditioner. But since it's in liquid form, it's not going to cause any buildup in my braids. Okay, so that's what I would do. And then I would seal in all that juicy liquid leave-in conditioner with a sweet almond oil, grapeseed, avocado, and I would go about my happy Brady way. That's what I would do. So I would try that. I would definitely try that. I literally just came up with that off the top of my head, but it makes sense. So I would try that. Oh, and the liquid, the other one is this one here. This is like if you're like into like all natural, like it needs to be natural. This product has to be grown out the ground. This is what I would recommend. It's called Theraneem Naturals shampoo. I don't even know why I brought this downstairs. Why did I bring this downstairs? I just think I just wanted to talk about it. But yeah, the ingredients in here, if you like herbs, this is it. Now it's a very liquidy, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's very liquidy, not creamy at all. So something like this would also be good for braiding, like shampoo with braids. The first ingredient is, of course, there's like water, but there's like neem, peppermint, rosemary. There's aloe vera juice in here. There's lemon balm, which is known for reducing stress. There is lightweight cleansing surfactants in here. There's neem. There's hydrolyzed rice protein. There's lemon peel, peppermint, and lavender for the scent. Like I said, grown out of the freaking ground. That's how natural this shampoo is. You can get it off Amazon. I think it's in my Amazon store. I want to say it is under shampoos, but this one's really good too. So I would check this one out. Okay, let me go back up to the questions. Let's see. Okay. Answered that. I'm going to try to do rapid fire. That's always fun. Not really. It's really not fun. How often should you use the scalp detox? The scalp detox, like detoxing your scalp. I would say as needed. Like if you feel like your scalp has got a lot of buildup on it, that's the perfect time to do a scalp detox. To me, a scalp detox is very similar to a, clarifying your scalp. But some people use like clays, like Rasul clay or bentonite clay, for example. But if you want to do that, I think once a month or once every other month is fine too. What vitamins or topical products is good for hair thinning? Definitely getting a good iron supplement, good vitamin D3 with K2 supplement. I would get on a good B complex supplement. Like that would be my go-to. And then also a good omega-3, like get you some fish oil in your body. I think that would be really helpful too. Okay, let's see. Answered that already. Hey, Sheena. Sheena says, I'm autistic and I touch my hair a lot. I style it a lot as well. It makes me feel better. What can I do to protect my hair? So definitely when you are styling your hair, make sure you're not putting or not, not doing your hair in a way that's going to cause any pulling or tension or pressure on your scalp, that's a great way to protect your hair, protect your scalp for sure. If you ever use heat, I would just say be very mindful of that. Always use a heat protectant. Be very mindful of the ends of your hair because the ends are the oldest part of our hair. So you really want to like nurture them, give them extra TLC for sure. And then I would say look into protective styles. You know, like I said earlier, my favorite one is headband wigs. So that's also an option. And then always sleep with a silk or satin scarf or bonnet when you go to bed. That's a great way to protect your hair. And don't let anybody just be playing in your hair because sometimes, you know, no, you can't touch my hair. Can't do it. Can't touch it. So just be mindful of that too. Hopefully that helps. Okay. I answered that question. Gigi says, is doing protein mask treatment twice a month okay? I have very thin and brittle hair. When I do it, I like how the hair looks soft, but they say it's not good for thin, low porosity hair. Gigi, girl, I'm going to tell you something. Always do what works best for your hair, okay? If your hair responds well to doing protein masks twice a month and you're noticing a difference and your hair is flourishing, gosh darn it, stick with it. Okay, that's why I always tell people you have to be careful who you listen to on social media, on YouTube. Be careful listening to me. Okay, if I tell you have to do something and you're like, but Tanya, it actually works for my hair, girl, you better keep doing it. Keep doing it, Gigi. Okay, so protein twice a month, your hair is responding well to it. That's your hair telling you, I like this. I always tell people our hair speaks to us. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. Our hair speaks to us. The question is, are we listening? Or are we listening to so-and-so girl who said da 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 da? No, we have to listen to our hair. So Gigi, long story short, I'm getting off my soapbox right now. Stick with it. Stick with it. Okay. Now, if your hair starts to like not responding well to it, then cut it back. Cut it back. Go to one time a month, you know, but as of now, if your hair is responding well to it, I would stick with it. Do you have any product? Sorry, guys, that's my eye. Do you have any product recommendations for high porosity hair? Yes, I have a whole video on high porosity products I recommend. If you're looking for a moisturizer, so these are my eyeball, I would recommend Chemic Biologics Amla Heavy Cream. We talked about this in the last live last week on Instagram, but that's a cream that is super moisturizing, especially if you have thick, high porosity hair. Chemic I think it's QHEMET Biologics Extra. Wait, I'm sorry. Chemic Biologics. I think it's like extra. No, it's not extra. It's heavy amla cream or amla heavy cream. Just type in amla heavy cream. It will pop up. I promise. That one I highly, highly recommend. That one's really good. And then as far as like shampoo, conditioner, I would say because you have high porosity hair, you can low-key get away with deep conditioners like each wash day. Seriously. So that can be Shea Moisture, Manuka Honey Mask. That can be TGIN's deep conditioner. That can be Melanin's, what is it? The hair pumping conditioner. Like those are great products to use. Shampoo, you can get away with any shampoo for sure. But that Amla Extra Creamy, whatever it's called, Heavy Cream by Chemic Biologics, that stuff is golden. It's too moisturizing for my hair. Hey, Natalia, your hair is gorgeous and the skin is glowing. Thank you, sis. But my question is, how do we know that the hair is really moisturized? Because even after the LCO method, it still feels dry. I clarified DC too. So number one, Natalia, I love your question. It could be the fact that it could be the products that you're using, they're just not compatible with your hair. Like there were times where I'll be moisturizing my hair and I'm like, it don't really feel moisturized. I'm being consistent, but it doesn't feel moisturized. It's because I was using products that just was not working for my hair until I found the right products. And now I'm like, okay, now my hair feels moisturized. So what does that mean, Tanya? That means you may need to find different products that are more compatible with your hair. You can start with, I recommend pretty often Donna's Recipe Extra Creamy Hair Cream. That one's awesome. You can also check out Apogee Shea Pro Leave-In Conditioner. A lot of girls here will tell you that that product is bomb, okay? I recommended earlier, Aussie Moist Miracle Curls Leave-In Conditioner. That one's also great as well. And then seal with the proper sealant. You didn't say if you have thick, fine, low porosity or high porosity hair, but a good almond, Lord, I can't talk. A good oil to start with would be sweet almond oil for sure. So I would definitely check that out. And then what I also do, what I think helps, is I set my hair after I moisturize it. When I say I set my hair, meaning I always put my hair in 2-strand twists. Like I may have like 4 on this side or 4 on this side, but I find that something magical happens when I moisturize and seal and put it in 2-strand twists and unravel it the next day. My hair feels amazing. So I would try that technique. And like I said, it could be the sealant too. It could be the fact that, hey, maybe you need some good old hair grease. Hair grease tends to work for a lot of people too. But start with the sweet almond oil if you haven't done so already. Is it safe to get braids? I don't want to lose my edges. Luana, that's a great question. I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to braids, it depends on it depends on the stylist for sure, like who's doing the hair, how they're doing it. How tight are they pulling? That's number one. But number two, it depends, and this might be controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway because I love you guys so much. It depends on your age. You may be thinking, like, what does age have to do with getting braids? I'm going to tell you right now. The older we get as women, the more mature we get as women, the weaker our follicles get. So there's just certain styles that we could do way back when we just cannot do in our 50s and our 60s and sometimes our late 40s. I'm just being honest. It's the truth because our follicles begin to weaken. So it can't handle all that stress of pulling and tension. So it depends on the stylist. It depends on your age. So yeah. Do you have a hair vitamin that you recommend? I typically recommend pure encapsulated HSN or even Shadavi hair vitamins. Nutrafol is also good too. Is it okay to moisturize the scalp to promote hair growth? Absolutely. But moisturizing the scalp, I would look for a scalp serum. Pattern Beauty scalp serum. Briogeo has a really good scalp serum. Pacifica, Scalp Love. But also for hair growth, I would do scalp massages with like rosemary, peppermint, a few drops of that, and like some sweet almond oil. That'd be really good too. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. I was so late coming on today. I'm going to give you guys like extra, I don't know, 20 minutes or something because I'm so sorry about that, by the way. Hold on. I lost my spot. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, answered that. How do I keep defying curls for wash and go for a few days or even a week like YouTubers do? Or is it that even something I should want? That's a great question, MJ Solomon. And it's okay to want that. It's okay to want your curls to last. Absolutely. I think it depends on the product, the technique, and the health of your hair. So for example, hair that lacks protein will always lack curl definition. Always lack curl definition. And that's one of the telltale signs. If your hair is in dire need of protein, you can't hold a curl. Your curls are like they're just limp. That's number one. Protein matters when it comes to how long can my wash and go stay? What's your protein like? So that matters. And that's why I always recommend lightweight protein once a month. Get it in. Our hair is made up, wrong side. Our hair is made up of protein. So it needs to be replenished, so protein. Number two, the technique. Well, let's go back. No, we'll do products. Number two, the products. The products matter. The gel matters. Speaking of gel, this product here, I love, honey. Curlsmith Hydro Style Flexi Jelly. Thebomb.com. So what I did, and this kind of goes into technique, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but last week, do I have a photo? Hold on, let me see. I might have a photo. I mean, I don't know, because I be deleting my photos half the time. Last week, I had a beautiful wash and go, and I was like, oh, yes to this. Is this it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find a photo. Trying to find a photo for you all so I can reference. Okay, I guess this kind of works. It's a video, but you can kind of get the idea. I think on my phone. Okay. See? So anyway, the curls were popping, okay? And we loved it. So here's what I did. In the shower, right? Hair is detangled, hair is shampooed, hair is conditioned, hair is detangled. Detangled. That's the key word. Detangled. Like, can you take a Y2 comb and go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. If you come into any like I'm like making all the sound effects anyway. If you come to any like you ain't detangled, girlfriend. You know, start your way back up. You know, so detangle is going to be key. But here's the thing: soaking wet hair. Soaking wet hair. I took this. Don't laugh at me. I took this, and then I just, you know, I just went spray your hands on each side. I had two, it was like two sides, just like that. And then I separated the two. Had this section here and did the same thing, and even took some more and whoosh, go through that. So I think doing it on wet hair, game changer in the shower. Actually, my sister taught me that. Liege, I don't know if you're on here or not, but she taught me that. So I would do that, right? And then when you get out the shower, let it just do it. Just you don't have to put anything else. Well, actually, no. To really, yeah, for more curl definition, do a mousse on top of that. And I would kind of take the curls, like sometimes I'd be lazy and like taking the mousse and just don't do that. Don't be like me. Don't do that. Take your time with each section if you can and just. Are you loving all the sound effects? I'm loving it. You know, because that mousse is going to help to define that strand even more. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Okay. And then I would also put it in I know it's going to sound crazy. Put it in like not a ponytail, but like a very, like put it back. Because that's what I did. Put it back and put a big old bonnet on. And by the time you wake up, you're going to have curl definition, but take like a lightweight spritz. It can be my hydrating herbal hair tea rinse, which I've been, you guys been loving. I've been loving. We're almost sold out, by the way, FYI. But I'll put that on my curls and it'll just kind of revive them and make them even more springy. So long story short, y'all, technique matters and the product matters. And I really, really like this product. Like, I really like this product. It's super lightweight. Do I have something I can put it? I have a napkin. You guys know me. I love textures and I like to show textures. Can I do this? Yeah, there we go. So it's super lightweight. Very, very lightweight texture. Very, very lightweight. Love that. So that's what I did. That's what I recommend. And I think that's going to help tremendously. That technique should last your hair about a good, I would say a good 5 days, maybe 5 or 6 or 7, depending on like, you know, how you take care of it. But that's what I recommend. Long story short, girl, hopefully that helped. I don't know if that helped anybody. Well, hopefully that helped. I should probably do a tutorial on all that, but hopefully that helps. Okay, answer that question. What else is a good what else is good for inflammation? I have an allergic reaction to ginger. Aloe, blueberries. Yeah, aloe and blueberries are amazing. I love those two together. I'm sure there's other things that help with inflammation. If you guys have any recommendations for Sandy on anti-inflammatory foods, please put them below for her. But definitely aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, blueberries would be amazing. So yeah. I answered that one already. Excuse me. What's the best way to use your tea to be used on the hair? That's a great question, Lanaya. So for me, I use it as a after shampoo rinse to help support hair growth and reduce excessive shedding. If my conditioner needs more slip, I will literally take any extra tea I have and pour it over the conditioner, and the slip is just whoosh, 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 whoosh. Or as a curl refresher. So I said last week I had a wash and go. So I'll take some of that tea and go just to re-moisturize, rehydrate, and get my curls going, and kind of wake up my curls, you know, when you do wash and go. So those are the 3 ways. Those are the 3 ways I use it, but I also drink it as well. And I also tell women who may have like gray hair, you know, if you're afraid of the tea like kind of staining your hair, you can absolutely drink the tea. I recommend adding a little bit of honey to it. It's very, very tasty and refreshing, especially if you let it cool in the refrigerator. So yes. And for those who are wondering what the tea is, I will put the link below. And is this? Oh, it looks really long. Is that even the link? Yeah, that's the link. Okay, there we go. Is that the link? Yes, that's the link. Okay. That's the link. Let me pin this. Okay, did I pin it? Okay, yeah, I pinned it. Okay, great. But yes, that's the one. And that's what I would recommend. Okay, let me go back up. I want to try to do rapid fire questions or answers. Okay, where was I? Okay, I answered that. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Gotta figure out where I was. Because if I can get through these questions tonight, that'd be great. Okay, found it. Okay, do you recommend deep conditioning every time you wash your hair? If you wash your hair every week, no, you don't have to deep condition every week. I would say if you wash your hair 4 times a week, like me, not 4 times a week, 4 times a month, like me, you can get away with deep conditioning like once a month. That's completely fine. So you can definitely do that for sure. I answered that a question already. Thanks to your, hey Brenda, thanks to your videos, my hair is healthier than it's ever been since I was 10 years old. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome, Brenda. Oh, I love that. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. Thank you for being a curl friend and being a part of the curly chemistry community. First timer here. Can you talk about how to address dry, sandy brown hair? Dry, sandy brown hair. So the first thing that stands out to me is that it's dry, right? So dry hair always requires extra hydration. So I don't know what your routine is, but I would say, like I said before, moisture. Increase your deep conditioning, like hair masks, hair treatments. I would highly do that. The second thing I would do is increase your wash days. That's going to be key. Moisturize your hair in between your wash days. And also a thing that I think that doesn't get talked about a lot in hair care is increasing your water intake, like drinking more water. It hydrates your skin, your body, and it also hydrates your hair as well. So that's what I highly recommend in that case. Okay, let's see. I answered that question already. Should the scalp be oiled only when clean? Ooh, that's a good question. I once tried oiling before wash day with castor oil 1 to 2 weeks post wash day and got scalp pimples, folliculitis. Sorry. Wouldn't oiling clean scalp cause buildup? Great question. So when it comes to oiling like clean scalp, lightweight oils are the key. Some people can do this every day after the wash days. Some people is once every 2 days, every 3 days, but lightweight is the way to go. Castor oil, I be having mixed feelings about castor oil, to be honest with you, because I know a lot of people who get like allergic reactions to castor oil. I'm not saying it's a bad oil because Lord knows I still have it upstairs, but that may not be the oil to go for when it comes to oiling your scalp, especially if you were 1 to 2 weeks post wash day. A lightweight oil I would highly recommend, especially for the scalp, grapeseed, hands down. Hemp seed oil. Hemp seed isn't talked about a lot. Hemp seed is amazing. So I would recommend that, and sweet almond oil for sure. So I oil my scalp when it's clean. Like a lot of times when I blow dry my hair or when I'm fresh out the shower, I will take some oil and massage it on my scalp, but I only use a little bit, just a little bit. So yeah. Okay, what's a good protein leave-in? Apogee, keratin, what is it called? Apogee, keratin, green tea spray, keratinizer spray. I'm just kidding, but seriously, Apogee green tea keratin spray. That's not the name, but if you just type that in, it'll pop up. That I do recommend as a leave-in. And of course, Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner. I highly recommend those as well. Do you think topical biotin is effective? Yes and no. It depends on the size of the biotin. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's modified in a lab, chemists have the ability to break down the size to make it small enough so it can penetrate, the skin. So it depends on the size. It depends on the medium that it's in. Like, is it in the shampoo? Is it in an oil? So I think it depends. However, I think it's better. I don't know, y'all. I'll be honest with you. I think either way works, but I recommend vitamin. I recommend taking like an actual internal biotin vitamin for sure. Yeah. That's what I recommend. Just taking it internally, personally. That's a good question, though. I really want to get deeper into that because now I'm thinking about like its solubility and it's water soluble, and is it better when you take it internally because it absorbs into your like your bloodstream? And I think it's better internally. I think it's better internally. Why is my gray hair brassy as opposed to silver? That's a good question. I think it just depends on your genes as well. So clearly, like your hair is lacking melanin, which is why you have, the gray hair. There are different ways to enhance the gray. To be honest, Brenda, gray hair is not like my level of expertise. I tend to like to stay in my lane. But what I would do is go here on YouTube and look up some of the ladies who do have like content on gray hair and how they've gone from brassy to silver. And they'll share exactly what they have done, products, techniques that has helped them. So I highly recommend that. Is it okay to use a conditioner and a deep conditioner on the same wash day? You don't have to, Roger. I would just choose one. You don't want to overdo it. At that point, it's kind of overkill. So if you're going to do a deep conditioner, just do shampoo, deep conditioner, rinse, leave-in conditioner. So just one or the other. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Keisha. All right. Sis, I have a knee surgery soon, and I'm braid my hair down. Is it okay to wash and condition my hair while it's braided? We just talked about that. I think I answered your question. Already, Marina, about liquid shampoos and liquid leave-in conditioners. First timer here. My hair has been breaking severely and I don't know what to do to stop it. Please help me. I would say this peculiar vessel. I like your name. We have to figure out if it's moisture or protein, like what's causing the breakage. If it's protein, like a lack of protein, your hair will feel very mushy in the shower, very almost like overcooked spaghetti. Like you're going to have a hard time with curl definition if it's protein. And in that case, I recommend getting a protein treatment. But I will be honest with you, 80% of the times it's a lack of moisture. So if your hair is breaking off, you may need to increase your moisturizing in between your wash day, increase your deep conditioning, increase your wash days. That's always going to be like my top advice when it comes to like breakage. Number one, check if it's protein or moisture. Another thing you guys can do, I talk about this often too, is a strand test. Take a piece of shedded hair from like your comb and pull it. If it breaks immediately, a lot of times what that means is that your hair is lacking moisture if it breaks instantly, right? But if you pull it and it pulls, and it doesn't come back to its shape, because healthy hair is almost very springy, like it's going to go zoop, like you can stretch it, but it's going to come back to its original shape if it's healthy. When I say healthy, meaning it's not lacking protein or moisture. But if you pull it, and it doesn't come back to its original shape and it just kind of stays in that stretched space, then that means you need you need protein. But if it breaks immediately, you need moisture. So I would do that protein moisture test to decide which one it is. Thank you, Wendy. I answered that one already. The HAIR CARE anti-humidity spray is discontinued? No. I'm not surprised. Then go for the Lador Wonder Oil. That one would be good. Okay, how to differentiate between natural highlights versus damaged hair. When my hair was permed in horrible health, it was very brown, although my hair is back with a brown tinge. I've never been asked that question before. How to differentiate between natural highlights versus damaged hair? Well, Kayla, I would ask, the question I would ask is, how have you been caring for your hair? Like, have you been doing all the things? Have you been keeping it with a good regimen? Have you been consistent? Because if you're doing all the things, more than likely your hair is not damaged. It's probably just natural highlights. However, if you've gotten like a really bad color treatment done recently, or you had a really bad chemical damage experience recently, or heat damage recently, then more than likely it could be damaged, for sure. I would also look at how your hair curls in that area. If the curls are not curling like they should, if it's kind of frizzy, it could be damaged as well. Is it breaking off? Does it like it's not broke, but like if there's a certain part of your hair where it's nice and long, but then it's kind of like breaking, it could be damaged hair as well. So I would assess what you've done these past few months and also assess the hair itself. So hopefully that helps. Hey T, how do I stimulate growth to the back center of my head? It's always been thin and barely grows like the rest of my hair, the back center of my head. So Dale, I would ask you how do you sleep? Do you typically sleep on your back pretty often? Because if so, that could be a culprit. But if that's not the case, then that's not the case. But in that case, what I would do is focus on massaging that space. You can do a electronic massager that does it for you, or you can do scalp massage with your fingers. But I would get some level of stimulation in that area, get that blood flow flowing from the follicles to the scalp to help support that hair growth. So that's what I would do. Okay. When do I use the apogee keratin green tea in the layering product process? Are you referring to like silk press or wash and go? Because if it's wash and go, I just go straight from conditioner to gel. That's what I do. But if it's just like a regular wash day, after I got the shower, I do the keratin green tea spray and then the apogee probiotic leave-in conditioner. Thank you, Sheena. There's a new hair growth called She Got Inches. Are you familiar with it and does it work? I'm not familiar with it. I'm about to check it out though. She's Got Inches. It sounds like a hair grease with like maybe some herbs in it or like essential oils in it to help support hair growth. What do you think about botanical oil? I think botanical oil is a great sealant. I don't know if it supports hair growth though, but I think it's a great sealant for locking in moisture. Is your green tea rinse going to be in stores? Lisa, that's a good question. I don't know. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. But as of right now, it's just only on my website. I think a stylist used a keratin treatment on my hair. How can I strip that off my strands? Oh, you don't like it? Ooh, I would do a clarifying treatment. But here's the thing, Andrea. If she did a keratin treatment on your hair, more than likely the keratin itself is in the hair at this point, you know? But if you're feeling like if your hair feels kind of weird, like kind of like, I don't know, like weird, then I would do a clarifying shampoo. That's what I would do to kind of, so if there is any residue resting on the cuticle of the hair, I would do a clarifying shampoo. You can use ORS aloe shampoo, K18 peptide prep, ACV rinses, you know, that's what I recommend. Thank you for all you do. Do you still do one-on-ones? Yes, I do. I do. And last week you recommended adding olive oil to conditioner. Can you do the same with other oils? Yes, Yanni, you can. Absolutely can. Avocado, sweet almond, absolutely. What lotion brands would you recommend if you don't have anything to moisturize your hair? We mean, girl. What you mean, girl? You talk about skin lotion? What lotion brands would you recommend if you don't have anything? If you don't have anything to moisturize your hair, I don't think I would use lotion, sis. I don't know. I've never been asked that question. I don't think I would use lotion. If I had nothing to moisturize my hair, like nothing, I wouldn't use lotion. I wouldn't use it. I mean, technically, nah, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it. But listen, Lanai, you can try it, girl. You try it, let me know how it worked for you. But if I had nothing, I would use water and some type of oil I have in my kitchen. If it got down to the nitty gritty, I would use water and like olive oil for real. Like that's what I would use. That's what I would use. Oh Lord, that's a funny question. It's a funny question, girl. All right. Let's see, what time is it? 8:15. Let's try to go till 8:30 and then we're gonna hop off. If you are just joining this live, I'm going to save this live so you can always come back and replay it. Thank you for all the tips. What do you use for wash and go style? So this product I showed earlier, the Curlsmith Hydro Style Flexi Jelly as my base, and then I'll use a mousse. Like I like the Dew Chief Rocka mousse. That one's really good. Wendy, if I skipped your question, repost it and I'll answer it. Did anyone catch the names of the scalp serums? Pattern Beauty Scalp Serum, Pacifica Scalp Love Serum, And Briogeo has a charcoal detoxing scalp serum as well. What's the best protein to use? I'm Apogee girl. I'm just biased, but Olaplex is great and K18 is great as well. What about too much curl? My curls are like little coffee stirs. There ain't nothing wrong with too much curls. I mean, embrace your curls. I don't think there's any such thing as too much curls. Like that's just your natural curl pattern, embrace it. I mean, some people go other matters and get like texturizers, but I'm not a big fan of texturizers, but I would just embrace it, sis. Embrace it, Sheena. Embrace it. My hair flakes from using gels and custers. I used the B-Girl Honey Curl Custard on Monday and my hair is flaking bad. What can I do also to help? Any gel recommendations? I would try this one. You want to recommend it because it's super lightweight. But also, when was the last time you had your hair clarified? Because if you have product buildup on your hair and then you add a gel or a custard on top of that, that's going to make the flaking even, like it's going to make it prominent for sure. So I would say, like, when's the last time you had a clarifying treatment? And then if you're like, girl, I just had one, like I feel like it's like, oh, then if that's the case, then I would say get a different gel and try this one because it's very lightweight. I'm a 78-year-old female. Pamela, you're 78? I almost said shut up, but I respect my elders. Oh my God, I didn't know that because I see you all the time. It makes me want to cry. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for watching me. Okay, Pamela. Now I feel like I have to like say Mrs. Brown or Miss Pamela. I have to say Miss Pamela. I'm sorry. I can't say Pamela. I got to call you Miss Pamela. Okay. So Miss Pamela, how do you strengthen your hair follicles? That's a great question. Believe it or not, scalp massages. So scalp massages in a sense are like exercise for your follicles. So I would definitely do scalp massages. And because you are 78, thank you, Lord, for blessing Miss Pamela with 78 years and Lord willing more to come. I would get some pumpkin seed oil. Okay. Pumpkin seed oil, maybe a little bit of rosemary in there, and do scalp massages. If you want to do this once every other day, Miss Pamela, to strengthen your follicles, that'll be great. Okay. But I still don't recommend no braids. Don't get no tight braids. Okay. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Okay. Oh shoot. Forgot where I was. Okay, I answered that one. Yep. Answered that one. Okay. Hold on 1 second. How do you moisturize your hair when you have a silk press since you can't use product with water? Great question. So Tysher 913, what I typically do is I do a really, really, really good moisturizing treatment before so my hair can last while it's in this space, Now I will say this, the first week my hair feels very good. It still feels very soft. Typically around the second week, I may introduce lightweight creams to the ends of my hair because the ends of my hair tend to get more dry than the rest of my hair first when I do a silk press. So I will incorporate some level of a water-based treatment to a silk press, but typically it's after the first week. So all the lightweight is pretty much gone by then, but it's still straight. So I can use like a lightweight cream on the probably like this part of my hair and down. So that's what I do. But then also keep in mind, this silk press, it ain't gonna be here that long. I don't keep silk press in longer than I try not to leave them in like more than 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It's rare I ever go 4. I might have went 4 on my last one, but typically for this one, we're probably gonna do 3 weeks max, maybe 2, depending on how I feel, because I have to get to my scalp. I have to wash my hair. Because scalp care is the foundation to healthy hair. So, but that's pretty much what I do. Great question. What brand of temporary hair dye do you suggest? I don't really have a recommendation for hair dye. Unfortunately, once again, Nick, I stay in my lane. I pretty much, I would recommend looking at other YouTube girlies who do dye their hair. And they can recommend some good brands for you. You know, that's what I highly recommend to try. Okay. What is your opinion on red light therapy for scalp massages? Yeah. So check out my video I did on advanced hair growth techniques. It came out about a month ago. It's a bomb video on red light therapy. I recommend the eye restore red light therapy. That's a really great way to get those the adenosine triphosphate ATP, the energy to the scalp to support hair growth, get those blood flow flowing and whatnot. So that's something that I would highly recommend to check out, but watch that video first to kind of get more information about it. I answered that question already. Answered that already. Is a scalp sore because of a dry scalp? I put lavender oil on it to soothe. Your scalp is sore. Dry scalp can lead to soreness, absolutely, because dry scalp is irritated scalp. The skin is irritated, you know, it's sensitive. So when you do touch it, it can definitely lead to like that soreness for sure. That's why a lot of times scalp serums are great for, you know, dry scalp to help relieve that soreness. In some cases, though, it could be inflammation in the scalp as well. So it could be a number of things, but I would start with hydrating your scalp with a scalp serum for sure. After taking out my crochet twist and wash, is it good to use a steamer? Absolutely. I think steamers are amazing. Can you explain bond repair treatments like K18? Yeah, so bond repair treatments, they are pretty much like peptides. So they're very teeny tiny proteins that penetrate deep into the hair. They actually go past the cortex of the hair and they go to where the bonds are at. Now, apparently peptides, especially the ones in K18, are supposed to reconnect broken disulfide bonds, basically restore these bonds within the hair to reverse heat damage, and in some cases, chemical damage as well. So that's pretty much what they're doing. They're repairing the bonds within the hair, and they're small enough to do it. So that's pretty much what they're doing. Olaplex has the same thing. K18 has the same thing as well. So yeah. You're welcome, Kayla. I have your tea and I want to use it as a refresher. Do I refrigerate it? Yes. So for the tea that I have, guys, it's so natural. There's no preservatives in there. Okay, you're getting herbs. So yes, you do want to keep it in the refrigerator to, you know, maintain its freshness. I recommend 4 to 5 days max, you know, that can stay in the refrigerator. So yes, you can absolutely keep it refrigerated for sure. Great question. What do you think about Japanese straightener for those who have it? I think, you know, it's a way to modify your curl pattern, but the question is, you know, there's always damage. There's always that risk involved of, you know, receiving damage, chemical damage to the bonds of the hair, and not getting your curl pattern back, you know. So I think it just depends on the person, you know. But it's a thing. People do it. Do you make videos for straight naturals? How to maintain taking care of hair? I'm struggling. Hey, Vanessa, great question. So the videos so curly chemistry is really like, yes, natural hair care, but honestly, if not all of the information I share can be used for those who have relaxed hair, texturized hair. Absolutely. I always have to kind of remind people, like, I used to be relaxed. Like when I first started YouTube, I was relaxed for like freaking 5 years. I started YouTube, I think, in 2010, and then I went natural in 2015. So I started off a relaxed girl. Okay. So a lot of the advice and things that I share can absolutely be applied to relaxed girlies and natural hair girlies as well. So yeah. We're all welcomed here. You guys are all welcome. Okay. Let's see. As a chemistry BS bachelor of science, holler, it's better if the type what? But again, chemical is chemical. What do you think, girl? I don't understand your question. I'm gonna read it how you wrote it, okay? As a chemistry BS holler, it's better if the types, but again, chemical is chemical. What do you think? Sis, I don't understand the question. You might have to redo that one for me, sister. How long does scalp massage for it to be effective for hair growth? I would say massage at least 3 to 5 minutes, nothing crazy, 3 to 4 times a week. What kind of help with single strand knots? Number one, it's based off your styles. Like last week, I love wash and goes. I think they're great, but I'm not really a wash and go girly. I love it though. I enjoyed my curls last week. They've been great, but I received a lot of single strand knots with the wash and go. But I can't blame the wash and go totally because I haven't had, well, up until last night, I haven't had a protein treatment in 2 months. So I think that plays a role. I think a lack of protein in the hair can lead to single stranded knots, and then also a lack of detangling too. Because when my hair is in that wash and go state, I can't really detangle it during the week because it's in that state, you know? So I think it depends on the style, protein, and detangling. So that's my little spiel. I don't know if that helps or not, sis, but that's what I think. But if you are going to do a wash and go, make sure your hair is detangled very well. Make sure you got a really good protein treatment recently. And I think you should have a successful wash and go without the single strand knots. So yeah. But yeah, hope that helps in some sort of fashion. And if you're not doing wash and goes, protein and detangling are going to be key. Okay, answered that. Would you say using serums like plain centinella essential oils could be a good idea? Centinella, I need you to give me, I see you're giving me the botanical name, and I appreciate you, sis, because, you know, as cosmetic chemists, we have the botanical names on the inky, but give me the actual name so I can know what you're talking about. That'd be really helpful. Indian Pennyworth. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. If it's a water-based serum and it has like the Indian Pennyworth, I'm not familiar with this herb. I'm not familiar with this. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Using skincare, soothing ingredient. I mean, it sounds good, especially with that panthenol. It sounds good. Are you creating something? It sounds interesting. But yeah, I would. I don't see anything in those 3 ingredients that you just share as a red flag. Do you have a hairstyle that you recommend? My stylist just retired. Hi, Amber. Are you in the NC area? Because if you are, absolutely, I have a stylist for you. Her name is Maggie. She's amazing, and she is the owner of the Lather Lounge. So if you are in the NC area looking for a good stylist, she also has natural hair, and her hair is like long. Okay, it's longer than mine. It's long. So her, I highly recommend. But yeah, her name is Maggie. Maggie Lewis is her name, and her salon is in Durham, the Lather Lounge. So her, I highly recommend. Can I use Pacifica Rosemary as a leave-in? Yes, you can. What time is it? Ooh, 8:29. Okay, 5 more minutes. Okay, what's your, oh, shoot. Where'd the question go? The one that asked me about my face. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. What's your face regimen? So Bior charcoal soap, amazing. I'm kind of sad because I think they're discontinuing it. So every time I see it in the store, I literally buy like 2 or 3 bars of it because I don't know what I'm going to do once it goes away forever. But the Bior, Biore charcoal soap bomb, Dermalogica exfoliating rice. It's like an exfoliating rice exfoliator, but it's by Dermalogica. I get it at Sephora, Ulta. Amazing. So that's my step 2. My step 3 is a serum, and I want to get the name for you. It's like a propolis bee facial serum. Okay, COSRX, COSRX, propolis. Just type in COSRX propolis, PROPOLIS serum. That's the moisturizer that I use for my skin. Amazing. If I have like a pimple or acne breakout, I will use tea tree oil directly on my skin. I know people don't recommend putting tea tree oil directly on your skin. If you have sensitive skin, don't do it because it's gonna break out. It's gonna make it really red. But I don't have sensitive skin, so therefore I can get away with it. But I dab a little like tea tree oil, and that gets away like the pimples or the acne that may randomly pop up. What else? There's a mask I use, but it's discontinued. But I brought like 2 of them before they died, not died, discontinued. But it's by Queen Helene. Do you guys remember Queen Helene? She had like the cholesterol back in the day, you know? But Queen Helene mint julep face mask. Bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. So good. But my core products are going to be that charcoal soap, the dermalogic exfoliator, and the Cosrx propolis serum. That's my face regimen. It hasn't changed. I'm sticking with it. I'm going to stick beside it. Okay. What do you think of Talia YG's leave-in sprays and oil? Talia YG, love her brand. No red flags. Great products. Have you heard of 12 products and what do you think? I have not heard of 12 products. I have not heard of them. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome, Nikki. Do you have any recommendations for scalp psoriasis? Yes. I kind of mentioned it earlier because it is in a sense kind of tied to inflammation as well, but diet change, low carb, remove the sugar for the next 4 weeks. You should see a difference. What else did I say before? Oh, aloe vera juice would be ideal. Like taking aloe vera juice or the gel and massaging it on your scalp. That's going to be amazing. Very anti-inflammatory, very soothing for the scalp as well. And you can even use a scalp serum. I would recommend the Pacifica Scalp Love because that one has, I think it does have aloe vera juice in it, but it also has biotin, has peppermint in there as well. It's not in there at a high amount, so it's not going to burn or irritate your scalp, but that serum would be amazing for like soothing the scalp, especially for psoriasis. So I highly recommend that. But a diet, like lifestyle change, like that's going to be a game changer for sure. Like going more towards an anti-inflammatory diet, low carb diet would be amazing. So that's what I highly recommend. And just give it 4 weeks. Give it 4 weeks and you will see a difference. Okay. Hi Tanya, how do I densify my hair that's prone to densify? My hair that's prone to shrinking, thinning. I understand the question, John. Densify. What does that mean? I want to Google it now. What does densify mean? Make something more dense. Oh, wow. I learned something new today. You taught me a new word, John. I love that. Densify. How do I densify my hair that's prone to shrinkage, thinning, and breakage? Okay, John. So I would say definitely, and I don't know how old you are. I don't know. But there has been a study that came out a few years ago about pumpkin seed oil, helping to support hair growth and actually densify the hair. So pumpkin seed oil scalp massages, amazing. I would also get on a good hair supplement. I would look into Nutrafol because Nutrafol has like a men's supplement that I think would be really good for you to check out. And then, did I say scalp massages? Yes, scalp massage with the pumpkin seed oil with a little bit of rosemary and that Nutrafol vitamin. Pair those two together, give it at least a good 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and you should see a difference. Great question. Densify. I like that. Okay. Okay. Yes, there's 2 Pamelas. Okay, how often should I oil my hair, porosity hair? Oil my hair, when you moisturize your hair, seal it with oil. That's what I recommend. So depending on how often you moisturize your hair. Okay. I'm going to rapid fire these last few questions and then we're going to head out of here. And yeah. My split ends are getting worse. Is it because I have a silk press? If so, what are some tips to keep your ends from splitting and how do you trim? So when I do a trim, I like to go to my stylist, Maggie Lewis, to do my trims for me. So she does them. I don't trust myself. I mean, I've done it before, but if I really want a real trim, I go to a stylist. You have a silk press. So my question for you, like, are you like using heat in between? Like you got the silk press, but are you still using heat to kind of keep the style going? Because that could also lead to split ends. But I would definitely get a trim for sure. I would go to a stylist to get a trim for sure. And then I would even just kind of make sure that you are moisturizing your ends. Like once you're done with this silk press, like kind of give your ends some extra TLC, to help reduce the split ends moving forward. But a trim will be the best start right now for sure. What's the best scalp care for people who have heavy buildup despite using light products? Best scalp care, clarify once a month. Because there's some people who do have, like you said, heavy buildup, and even worse, someone say worse, but even worse if you have overactive sebaceous glands. So if your body naturally produces extra oil on the scalp, that makes it even worse. So I would make clarifying a monthly thing for you. It doesn't have to be anything harsh. It can be legit apple cider vinegar rinses, 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of ACV, 1.5 tablespoons if you're feeling kind of frisky, and yeah. But something like that would be a great way to get rid of that buildup in a very gentle way on a monthly basis. So that's what I recommend. Hey, I'm new to your page. Welcome, Sherry. And girl, you are awesome sauce. Thank you, sis. What can I do to repair my hair from heat damage? And what can I do to dry my hair without using a blower? How you dry hair without using a blower? So you can, I'm going to answer your question backwards. So what you can do to dry your hair without using like a blow dryer, right? Air dry for sure. I would put your hair in like 2 strand twists or braids. You can even get like one of those like terry cloth towel thingies. I can't think of the name, but like a hair towel that's not a towel with like that terry cloth soft material. I would use that. Like that's going to help to dry your hair very gently without any heat. You can definitely do that. You can t-shirt dry as well. But I think that'd be really good. Just kind of setting your hair. When I say set your hair, meaning like putting in twists, putting it in braids, that'll help tremendously. Or even a bun. If your hair is detangled well, put that in a bun and just put that little terry cloth shower dryer cloth, and that'll be really helpful. As far as how do you repair heat damage, sis, it depends on the damage of the hair. Like if it's not that bad, typically a good protein treatment will help to revert the curls back. K18, Apogee, Olaplex will help to reverse that damage and bring your curls back. But if the damage is really severe, like how I had back in 2016, you're gonna have to regrow your hair. Like you have to regrow it, and you have a choice. You can cut it off, like just start fresh, or just let it grow out. So it's completely up to you. But you got options, so that's always great. It's always good to have options. Ooh, most of the hand-free scalp massager are just vibrating. Is that okay? Yes, that's completely fine. Yep. And the ones I recommend, Tim, are in my Amazon store. The link is below. Hi, my son brought me a steamer. Oh, that's a good son, Miss Sharon. When I put a conditioner on, how long should I stay under the steamer? I would say a good 15 minutes. 15 minutes is pretty solid. You could do 20 too, but 15, 20 is good. Anything over 30, in my opinion, is overkill. What should a hair routine look like for someone with dry hair and my hair hasn't grown past a certain length? So a good hair routine look like for someone who has dry hair? Great question. So, you, Meg, I would recommend getting my, I don't know if you have it or not, but do you have my natural hair regimen builder? I'm trying to find the link so I can put it in the chat for you. But basically it's like it's an ebook, complimentary from me to you. And basically it breaks down natural hair care regimen builder. Basically it breaks down how to create a regimen for your hair, So let me send this to you, or let me put it in the chat. Okay, here it is. There it is. Do you guys see it? So if you put your email in there, you will automatically get the natural hair care regimen builder sent to you as soon as you put your email in there. And basically it will break down how to create a regimen based off of dry hair, whatever hair you can think of. It will break it down for you. But the biggest thing, what I do, I'm gonna get to your question in a second, Touche. Thank you, Touche. Definitely would be weekly washing, moisturize every 2 days, scalp massages 3 or 4 times a week, protein treatment, lightweight once a month, clarifying once a month or as needed. But that's going to be broken down even more in the regimen builder. So Shay says, my hair is high porosity. How often should I oil? So, hey, Shay, so basically when it comes to oiling your hair or your scalp, we have 2 different things going on. So when I say oiling your hair, that's more so that sealant that's going on top of your moisturizer. So you have high porosity hair. So you want to use creams that are thick, right? The Chemic Biologics Amla Heavy Cream, that's a really good one. Apogee Shea Pro Leave-In Conditioner, that's another really good one, right? Now here's where the oil comes into play. You put that cream in your hair, right? Sections would be ideal, and then seal that moisturizer in with an oil. So that would be maybe once every 2 days, depends on your moisture cycle. You know, I would start with once every 2 days. And then the oil comes in again for your scalp, right? So if hair growth is a goal for you, massaging your scalp with the oil once every, well, actually, they said 3 to 4 times a week, depending on your hair growth goals, would be ideal. So for scalp massaging and for locking in moisture, oil is essential and great, especially for your high porosity hair. So hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see. I answered that question. Yes, thank you. Microfiber towel. Thank you, Imani. I'm saying, did I say terry cloth? Thank you, Imani. Hey, loving that hair. How long is it now? When it's straight in the back, it's touching my bra strap. It's right there. Let's see. Thanks, Tanya. I'm 27. Okay, great. We're almost done. Okay, thanks, Tanya. I'm 27 and I use the following Nutrafol. Oh, wow. Nutrafol and minoxidil. The ordinary scalp serums, K18 and Olaplex. I restore, although I love any. Wait. You use all that? You use Nutrafol, minoxidil, ordinary scalp serum, K18, Olaplex. Why are you using K18 and Olaplex? One or the other, sis. You don't need, because I'm sorry, John. John, you don't need both. I restore, although I'd love any recommendation for vibrating automatic scalp massage. Yeah, so yeah, okay, John. Let's simplify this. The Nutrafol and the minoxidil, okay, because the minoxidil is probably being applied topically, right? The Nutrafol you're taking internally, so you're good there. The ordinary scalp serum, that might clash with the minoxidil, to be honest with you. So kind of think that, just think about that one. K18 Olaplex, you don't need both. That's more so for like repairing the hair, restoring the hair. If your hair has gone through like some level of damage, I would go with either one. K18 is fine, or Olaplex. You don't need both. I restore is also great because you're getting that red light therapy to help stimulate that hair growth and that blood flow. So cool there. Now, as far as like a vibrating automatic scalp massager, the ones I recommend are below. If you look at the end of the bottom of this video, in the description box, you will see it'll say like Curly Chemistry Amazon storefront. Go there and you will see the scalp massagers that I recommend. So I think that'll be helpful for you, John. Hope that helps. Okay. Thank you. You're the best. You're welcome. John, yes, John is going hard. He's like, I'm gonna grow my hair no matter what. I hear you, John. I'm right here with you. But that Olaplex K18, just choose one. I purchased some items from you last week and no download, first download it. What do I do? Send me an email, Miss Joy. ilearn@curlychemistry.com. Send me an email and I'll make sure you get whatever needs to be got to you. So send me an email, ilearn@curlychemistry.com. I got you, sis. Okay, let's see. All right, I think I'm good. Oh, any tips for scalp irritation, itchy and small raises in the scalp bumps? Thank you. Ooh. So it could be folliculitis, which is like product buildup in the scalp or clogged follicles in a sense. So if that is the case, I would, what would I do? The first thing I would do a really good clarifying shampoo or treatment or ACV rinse. Just kind of give the scalp a good reset. First thing I would do. The second thing I would do is ask yourself, what might have gotten you there? Like, do you put creams on your scalp? Because I don't recommend creams or butters on the scalp. Like, that's the quickest way to get folliculitis. So that's also a factor. I would make sure that you're focusing your product on the length of your hair for sure. I would probably not put any oils on the scalp no time soon. I would do, however, serums. So once again, Pacifica Scalp Love, Pattern Beauty, Briogeo, like between those three, you can't go wrong. But the first thing I would do for you, sis, is to get a good clarifying treatment to kind of unclog and to remove that product buildup that could potentially be causing those bumps. So yeah, ACV would be my choice. ACV. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. I think I'm almost done. Okay, wait. Hey, Queen. Hey, girl. Hey, Sandra. Have you heard of 7th Ave hair products? I have not. Have not heard of 7th Ave. Thank you, Sean. What's a good deep conditioner for medium density 4C hair? Melanin. The melanin deep conditioner is really good. Or Devanese Nunu hair mask. That one's really good too. Answer that. Should I use leave-in after refresher spray? Leave-in after refresher spray. No. Because your leave-in conditioner would be like on your wash day, you know. But if you're refreshing your hair, like your curls, that's your moisturizer. If anything, you can put like a lightweight oil after that, but your leave-in would be on your wash day. Unless your leave-in is your moisturizer, then that's a different story. But after refresher spray, a lightweight oil to lock in that moisture if needed. Okay. Do you think it's a good idea to get regular steam treatments if your hair is natural? I think so too. I mean, I wouldn't do it like maybe like every day or every, multiple times throughout the week, but you can definitely do it like once a week, once every other week, depending on how dry your hair is. So yeah. Regarding the highlight natural hair color question, notice my ends are brown while my roots are blackish brown. Not sure that's a sign of damaged ends, even though my hair is retaining length. And there's no color involved, Kayla. Like you haven't gotten any coloring done at all. Like your hair is just naturally brown here, but then it's growing in blackish brown here. That is interesting. That is interesting. And it kind of makes me wonder if like the ends are aging. I mean, they are obviously aging. But the new hair that's coming in is more revitalized, hence that more vibrant color, you know? So it could be something like that too. Can you talk about cationic conditioners? Yeah. So cationic conditioners are positively charged ingredients like benzimonium chloride, benzimonium methyl sulfate, modimethicone, which is, it's a cationic silicone. But basically they're designed to bring softening, detangling to the hair, conditioning the hair. They're amazing. I would not use a conditioner without a cationic conditioner. So I think they're amazing. What do you think about Japanese straightener? I answered that question earlier. All right, last question. Here we go. Erica, you got it. Then I gotta go. And then I'm gonna follow up with Kayla's question. And then I gotta go, for real. Erica says, if I had hair relaxers in the past, but experienced light burning sensations on my scalp, do you think that might have an effect with me now as I'm natural? My hair is not really growing past my bra strap. So here's the thing, Erica. It's okay if your hair doesn't grow like past your bra strap because we all have a anagen cycle. And for some people, the anagen cycle can be longer than other people. So if you have a short anagen cycle, people who have like a really short anagen cycle, their hair may only just grow to a certain length. But those who have a longer anagen cycle, like most women who are of Asian descent, their anagen cycle can go up to like 8 or 10 years. Hence the reason why a lot of Asian women have like super long hair. So it depends on your anagen cycle. So it could be genetics. That's number one. It doesn't mean your hair is not healthy, But as far as the burning sensation from past relaxers and the sensitivity, it could be tied, to past relaxers. It could be, it could be. But what I would do too, if you could, Erica, just to kind of have someone actually look at your scalp, especially in those areas, look for a trichologist in your area, just so you can like have someone can actually like really look at your scalp and examine it to see if it's actually stemming from past relaxers, So I would definitely look into that as well. And then also, does hair grow in that area? That also tells a story as well, So I would keep that in mind. And I would keep that in mind. Okay, and the last question or follow-up question, Kayla, no color version, natural curls. Well, yeah, I probably grew that hair in not so healthy time in my life. Thanks for answering my random question. You're welcome, Kayla, anytime. All right, guys, I learned so much. I remember I used to put body wash in my hair because I thought it was for the entire body from head to toe. You know what, Touche? There are some people who are still using Dawn dish soap as shampoos. So you're not alone, okay? People do some stuff, okay? All right, Lanaya says, thanks for the live, Tanya. Enjoy, take care, be safe, and have a good rest of your night, everyone. May God bless you and keep you, everyone. Amen to that. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining. Once again, I'm going to keep this live up. If you just hopped in or just joined in like just now or freaking 5 minutes ago, you can catch the replay. A lot of gems were dropped. Super excited. I do want to kind of share something for the people who are still on here. It's like 150 plus of you guys here, but I'm only going to share it with you guys because you guys are very special because you guys stayed to the end. I can't say too much right now, but if you guys follow me on Instagram at curly.chemistry, you've been noticing that I've been posting a lot of like healthcare content, you know, focusing on anti-inflammatory diets and whatnot. So I want to combine hair care and health and healthcare together. I want to create some type of something where we can really talk about the internal effects of our diet and how it affects our hair. So I know that sounds kind of vague right now, but I'm really into this space right now about just the importance of just having healthy bodies, regardless of our age. You know, I think the time of focusing on product is it's important, but there's so much more to that. So I want to look at hair care from a holistic perspective. Like I want to talk more about how I think, you know, how PCOS plays a role in our hair health, you know, how fibroids plays a role in our hair health. Like I really want to go deep. You know, so I want us to, yes, health is wealth, absolutely. So I want us to focus on like, yes, our hair, little things, yes, hair, care, but yes, but our bodies, what we are eating and drinking, our minds, like all that is important. Like I really want to approach it from a holistic standpoint and talk about our hormones. And if you're a guy, you're welcome to join too, because you got hormones too, boo. You got hormones. So, all right, let me go. I'm getting silly, but I think that'll be fun. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I'm still like processing it and figuring it out, but I just feel like God is like pushing me more into this holistic hair care, healthcare space. Like, how can we have healthy hair and healthier bodies too? You know? So I love that for us. Okay. I love this. I love it too. Okay, I'm gonna go because if I keep answering questions, I'm not gonna go away. So I have to go away. Oh, by the way, this is like a heatless curl thingy. Like you wrap your hair in it, and it like gives you heatless curls. And I think it did a pretty good job. I think it did okay. So, but anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna keep talking. Have a great night. See you guys soon. I will keep this replay up. If you missed it, well, you're not going to miss it because you can watch the replay. Okay. Exciting stuff. Let him push you, sis. Always. Go for it. Thank you. Healthcare would be great. Absolutely. God will never steer you wrong. Trust him. Thank you, Shan. You got it. Well done, Tanya Pieces. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a blessed evening, a blessed weekend. Happy Easter Sunday. Happy Resurrection Sunday. He is risen. Okay, I love you guys.